Right back to Gordon. Hits Gordon. And everybody's safe. Hopefully he's okay. Doing a push-up on the mound after that ball struck him, which is usually a sign that he's okay. But everybody is going to run out there and check on Colton.
Todd Callis, you part of the Astros medical staff now? Doing a push-up after getting hit by a line drive in the head? Does that mean you're okay? By the way, that hit him right in the head. Colton Gordon, not a soft boy. Tough boy for that. And the push-up afterwards, great. Now, he did give up a Jose Ramirez home run like 5 seconds later. But Colton Gordon got up, and he stayed in the game. That said, you mentioned the Astros medical staff. Is it possible that the Astros medical staff committed medical malpractice in that moment right there? It's time for another episode of Astros ER.
If I expose exactly what's wrong with it, which will hurt him and hurt us. You don't really know how he hurt it. Sometimes you wake up sore, hurting. You know, he's laughing a little bit more. And he wasn't crying, but he had tears inside.
Brentley's doing fine.
He said he's feeling better.
It's not his throwing shoulder, so he should be fine.
I'd like to think I have healing power, but I don't.
This is a house of learned doctors.
I mean, he probably had a concussion, right? And I get that the Astros are injured to the point of having maybe no one left to call up. But, guys, he had a concussion. He had to have. A line drive hit his head.
Maybe he's just built different.
I mean,
just
clearly,
got his bell rung, and he shook it off.
The Astros medical staff was out there for a while. And I feel like, just like Todd Callis, they probably saw him do the push-ups and said, he's okay.
Get back out there, kid.
Get back out there. I mean, 20 years ago, for anyone who was playing high school sports back then, that was the mentality. So there is a part of me that says, all right, you feel good.
He did the push-up.
Stay in there for your team. Show off a little toughness there. But then if you give him a home run a couple of batters later, I don't know. I wonder if he was 100%. I'm allowed to have this question because the Astros medical staff has crapped the bed so many times.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Thank you, Will Smith, in the movie Concussion. Thank you. You no longer have the benefit of the doubt. That's all we're saying at this moment in time. And I think there's a very good chance Colton Gordon had a concussion there. We hope he is okay going forward and that this doesn't cause him to miss any time on the other side of the All-Star break. I guess there's a chance, I don't know what the scheduled rotation is, that he starts the last game before the All-Star break for the Astros. But I hope he stayed awake last night. I hope he's not watching any movies that have a lot of blinding lights. The John Wicks. You got to stay away from the John Wicks. Anything that might cause, a stroke. You can't do any of that. Probably got to stay away from the video games.
Yeah.
No raves. I hope he's okay. I'm concerned. Sorry, I'm concerned, and the Astros medical staff probably isn't. Effing barber surgeons over there.
I think that's why you're concerned. It's because you don't think anyone there is actually concerned.
I don't think they checked. I know that there was about 4 or 5 minutes that they were out of the mound, but I mean, well, what are you going to do? Make him like a perp line? Like he's getting pulled over for a DUI? I mean,
he gave him smelling salts and told him to get back out there like he's...
Yeah, like it's the Junction Boys and he's Bear Bryant with the Aggies. What else do we have? We actually have another pretty funny Astros injury update. So before yesterday's game, Joe Espada was asked about Jeremy Peña's status. This is courtesy of our guy, Will Kunkel. Joe Espada asked if he thinks Astros shortstop Jeremy Peña will play before the All-Star break. Quote, "I'm not going to answer that." End quote. He learned. He learned. Good job. This is all they should do going forward. This is all they should do going forward. Just don't say anything. Feed him bleep and keep him in the dock. They're learning.
It is funny that we talked about the same thing with Dusty Baker, where Dusty Baker, he had one press availability where he was very open with injuries and what the timetables were. And then basically the next week he was told, I can't tell you anything because I told you too much last week.
Yes.
Joe Espada, and we'll see about Dana Brown, but Dana Brown are kind of reaching that point where but it's the opposite. It's like, they don't know, so I don't know. Like I get told things and then I'm wrong the next day. So I don't know.
No one knows.
So now we're going to go back to like, I don't know.
Good.
I don't even know which hand is hurt.
That's what Dusty Baker did back in the day. Okay.
Yeah, he just played dumb.
After he got called on it a couple of times, it was like, listen, man, I'm just talking to these people that are supposedly doctors. He said in quotation marks. Like, I mean, even Dusty Baker is probably like, what the hell, man? Like, we had better medicine in the 50s when I invented the high five. I guess that was the 70s. I'm telling you, the insurance in this country, am I right?
So it's like walking into a time machine.
Seriously. Also, the latest on Jake Meyers. I think Kennedy Corona being called up isn't the best sign, but he weighed in on it. For Joe Espada, Meyers is feeling better, but yesterday was a rest day. Also, Luis Garcia threw 2 innings and Christian Javier threw 2 innings in a live batting practice session. This is Jake Meyers straight from the horse's mouth. These should have been All-Stars' mouth.
Yeah.
The snub mouth. Jake Meyers had this to say when asked about his status. He said, it's better than yesterday. I'm day-to-day right now. I'm feeling better than I was yesterday. Okay.
Tells me very little.
Always.
I think the phrase "he's feeling better" might be the most used phrase by Astros people to talk about injured Astros. He's feeling better.
He's feeling better. Well, I mean, listen.
Like, I think they might use it more than discomfort. Like, discomfort just normally is like a line on a injury report that they put out.
Right.
But when you actually ask Dana Brown and Joe Espada things, what they say the most is he's feeling better.
Do you think that they ask, hey, are you feeling better? A leading question. And they say yes.
I guess.
I bet they do. I would assume, though.
Hey, how's your day? Good. Okay. So you're doing good. Okay.
How's your day? Day to day.
Yeah.
I would assume generally when you suffer an injury, the day after you suffer it, for the most part, I would think it's a little bit better most of the time. But I don't know. I'm not a doctor, and many would argue the Astros medical staff aren't either. Sorry to take so many shots from the text line, from the 409. I think this is talking about Colton Gordon. 'Tis but a flesh wound. The Black Knight from Monty Python. He's just a torso with a head. For the 936, Eric the driver chimes in. Did anyone else see the massive baseball-shaped welt right at the top of Colton Gordon's dome? Why was he left in? I actually didn't because I didn't watch the game last night.
The Astros doctors didn't either.
They definitely didn't. We put the hat back on as quickly as possible. I don't think he has a lot of hair either. So if I remember correctly from the hat being knocked off from the replay I watched this morning, I feel like they would have been able to see it compared to the mop I got on top of my head. Or yours. Sean.
They're just playing Candy Crush in the.
So there you go. That's Astros ER. We do appreciate the content.
I know. And now that the ER is constantly in use, they're swamped like the pit.
Yeah.
But the Astros are winning, so they still have enough goodwill that we can just laugh at it. It's
right.
It's back to like 2022 Astros ER levels of like, this is just kind of funny.
Yeah, because they're winning.
Yeah.
They're winning through it, and it's cool because they're overcoming it. But yeah, at the same time,
last year is less funny.
Yes,
when you needed every game possible.
Do you feel more qualified, Sean, having watched a lot of The Pit recently, to talk about medical stuff?
I think a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. Emergency medicine.
Cool.
Mostly.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, everything's an emergency with the Astros. We're
that is
talking
true.
about $1 million athletes here.
And Colton Gordon probably. You know what? He probably would have been. They probably would have kept him in a room for a little bit longer than the Astros looked at him last night.
I'm from the house of a learned doctor. I am not said learned doctor. Sean, tell me something medically.
Just anything.
Just say something that makes it sound like you know what you're talking about. But clearly,
anaphylactic shock.
Oh, damn. From the 832, even the NFL makes the players take a play off for a concussion.
That is true.
That is really true.
The game might have stopped for less than when the game stops when an NFL player gets hit in the head.
Oh, that's so funny. So there you go. Astros ER, everybody.
He's just wearing a hat.
I know. It's not Harvard. You would think that he would start going John Olerud or something like that. For those who don't know, Olerud played for the Mariners and he had a helmet on. Tito Martinez might have done that too, but I know Olerud did, like his whole career.